Where's the mirror? OMG. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Walaikum assalam.
I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Mohammed is the messenger of Allah. I am so excited to be here today amongst all of the beautiful believers. I am honored, and I know I'm privileged to be in such company. Thank you to my brother Wallace and his beautiful wife for giving me this opportunity. He did not know when he asked me to do this that I desire to be a public speaker. And Allah will give you the desires of your heart. You just have to, be walking in your purpose. So I'm so thankful to be here today. So I want today to talk about stepping outside of your comfort zone, living your best life, that there's no age for that. You can start today to live your dreams. And before I go into that, I do want to, tell you a little bit about myself, because many of you may not know my story. And I won't give you the whole story, but I'll give you some snippets of my story. My mother, you may know her. She was Sister Patricia 12X in what they call the First Resurrection. And she's now Sister Imani Hassan. I was brought up in a time where my mom was searching for the best life for her family. So she was in all the good movements: Operation Push, Operation Breadbasket, the Back to Africa people, that's what I called them, because we would go to Africa school on Saturdays and we all had African names. She ran with the Panthers, and then she joined the nation. So I actually went to Muhammad University of Islam. That was a great foundation. I even remember before I became Muslim, my last Christmas, I was like 4 years old, and I remember my mom sitting me down and telling me that this would be the last Christmas and all the reasons why we would not be celebrating Christmas. We weren't even Muslim at that time, though. We were running with the Back to Africa people. And it was funny because I really understood where she was coming from. Like, I could remember the conversation so well. And she taught me about paganism and that who gets gifts on your birthday but you. So why are we giving gifts on Jesus's birthday? So I actually went to school and educated the students. She asked me not to tell those students about it, but I could not wait to get to school and reveal the knowledge that I knew. I had a bunch of kids crying. The teacher was mad at me, and I was sitting in a corner till my mom came to pick me up. And she said, "Didn't I tell you not to tell the kids?" But I couldn't resist. I had to let the knowledge out. So, bringing us up to date, I was at Savior's Day, which was really incredible. Thanks again to Mosque for putting on such a wonderful event. And I want to say, you don't know people's stories. Wallace kind of touched on that. That people are wounded. We have a lot of things that we've had to overcome to be where we are today. So, with that in mind, keep an open mind. So, I'm going to start off with the fact that I'm a recent empty nester. And we are all born with gifts. And many of us never get a chance to fulfill our dreams and act on our gifts. God has given us all gifts. And I remember I'm the oldest of seven. Okay, I didn't tell you that. So when you're the oldest, you have a lot of responsibility. And the light, well, not the light, the attention is not on you, it's always on the new baby in the house. So I know that I had these incredible gifts when I look back, but I dimmed my light and didn't act on my gifts, if you understand where I'm coming from, because, I was always helping with the new baby, and, no one was paying attention. So it was very important to me that once I had my own children, that I paid attention to their gifts and that I shed light on their gifts and helped them to walk in their purpose. But at the same time, I dimmed my light even dimmer because I didn't want my light to overshadow theirs, if you understand where I'm coming from. Yes. So doing that for so many years, after it was time for my baby to go to college, I was in a funk because I honestly didn't know what to do with myself because I didn't have to keep up with a child anymore. I didn't have to make sure they were eating their meals at a certain time. I didn't have to run their schedule, and I wasn't, elevating their gifts, like putting them out there. So I'm like, Allah, what do I do? And so I decided to do some things outside of my comfort zone. And that's what we're here for today, to talk about getting outside of your comfort zone, because everything you desire is right outside that comfort zone. All you have to do is go there and the doors will open up. And if you're around people that don't support your dreams and aspirations, then you gotta find the people that are your people. Yes. So here I brought some attributes to live up to, things that I think are very important. Number one, and I call them the ABCDs, is kind of in alphabetical order, but A is ambition. You have to have a strong desire to achieve. But if you lack motivation, you won't achieve anything. And you have to be willing to put in the work. You cannot have ambition without putting in the work. B, bold. You have to be bold. The ability to take risks is very important. And you can start with little things. Like today, I couldn't find this favorite earring and I lost this one. So I was bold enough to put them both on. They don't match. But that's a small thing of stepping outside of my comfort zone and just being bold. And you can practice this yourself. Just decide to do something bold and see how good it feels. Feels good. Okay, we also have to be of good character. This is very, very important because all great people are judged by their character. That is a given. If you're not of good character, who's going to follow you anywhere? Who's going to even listen to you? Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. So you have to exhibit that admirable character on a daily basis. So you should practice honesty, responsibility, reliability. That's being a person of your word. If you're going to say something that you're going to do, then be a person that keeps their word. Back in the first resurrection, they was like, your word is your bond. So that is in me. I never forget that. My word. That's why I married the man I married, because
Word is life.
word is life. Yes.
Worship it.
Forgiveness. We all have to practice forgiveness. This is very important because you don't do yourself any justice when you harbor ill feelings. And a lot of times it's just because you don't know that person's story You just have to love them in the state that they're in and hope that your presence will bring them to a better state of being. That is all. Generosity. Generosity is very, very important. Be generous of your time, and others will be generous with you. Be polite. Say kind words. This is very important. And self-discipline. Some things are bad. You shouldn't be doing it. So, tell yourself you're not going to do that and don't do it. That's all I got. Loyalty is very important. Be loyal to your convictions, to Allah, to your family, to people who support you. Don't have loyalty all over the place. Some people don't deserve this loyalty, so it's a gift. Oh, that sounds better. Respectfulness. Be respectful. If you want to be respected, then you have to respect others. Humility. Be humble. This is really, really important. Take the time to listen to your brother and sister. Don't just, rush off, assalamu alaikum, and then you're gone. Take a little time to listen. People have something to say and they want to be heard. Compassion. Have this compassion is important. And be fair, because if you're fair, you will be treated fairly too. But lastly, optimism. Be optimistic because it keeps you in a positive state of mind. D is determination. The willingness to put in the work. You won't get far without determination. Yes. E is energy. You have to keep up your energy. And I recently wasn't paying attention to myself and my body, and I lost my energy. Wow. I ended up in the hospital. But I'm doing better today, alhamdulillah. So in keeping up your energy, you got to eat right. You got to get your proper rest. I realized that I'm not Superwoman, at least not every day. Some days I got to just lay it down. Stay away from toxic people and toxic situations, because that brings your energy like way down. Yes. And exercise. This is very important. And exercise your body, because if you don't take care of it, you're not burning those calories. I mean, just any little thing. Get up and walk around the corner a few times on a regular basis, and you'll see your energy increase just by doing small things. And F is faithfulness. Trust in God's timing. Believe in miracles, because miracles do happen. Follow his answers and relax in his presence. When you're in the presence of Allah, you're at ease. You know it's going to be all right. And understand that all praise is due to Allah. Yes. Okay. And this is one of my favorites because my last name is Gray. I married Mr. Gray. But I call it the gray area. Or I like to say we're living in the gray era. Think outside the box. Yes. Create your own rules where there are none. Yes. I live my life in the gray area. I've never defined my life as black or white because it's somewhere in between. This gray area gives me lots of things. Trust me. Go there. Okay, and then H is help. Ask for help because you have not because you ask not. That's what I really know. People will help you. You have no idea. All you have to do is open up your mouth and people will raise their hands like your angels are all around you. But you gotta speak. You gotta ask. But also in asking help, you should give help. Don't ask for what you're not willing to give. There's no balance if you're just always getting and not giving. So inspire and be inspired. Have the courage to walk in your God-given purpose. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Be the example. And make sure that you have people around you that inspire you. Okay, J is for judgment and jealousy. These two are really, really bad. Don't be going around judging people because, like I said, you don't know their story. Take the time to get to know people and be jealous of no one because we all have our gifts. God gave them, and don't be mad because you're not doing nothing with your gift. Get up, get busy, and start working your own gifts out. And then you'll feel happy. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. K is for kindness. Kindness is an attribute of Allah. So practice it daily. Wear your smile, say kind words, do random acts of kindness. Not only does it feel good, it's very contagious. Like when you're acting kind and others act kind, and then it's just a kind space. Yeah, it's really nice. And then lastly, love. Love is the most powerful weapon of all. Yes, love conquers all. Love the process. Love yourself. Love all of God's children, even the difficult ones. Yes, even the difficult ones. And I meet difficult ones are drawn to me for some reason. They feel safe and comfortable and normal or something in my presence. So, I know that's a gift. God, I have to be kind to them and listen to them. Wherever I go, I promise you, the most difficult people they just want love. So we have to love them. Okay, so now, after I came out of my funk, I decided, and I call it a funk. I mean, you guys might not like that choice of words, but I'm not going to say like I was depressed. I'm not saying that. I was just feeling in a funk. I was a little down. I decided that I knew I wanted to write a book, but I didn't know which book to write. And then I started looking outside of my comfort zone. I actually went to Atlanta to a women's workshop that was called Women Entrepreneurs Rock. I had never been in a room with 100 or more women entrepreneurs who were all on fire for entrepreneurship. It was amazing. And there was no negativity in the room. And I'm like, what in the world? Yes. In Atlanta, Georgia. And I honestly had wanted to go to this event for 3 years, but always I couldn't decide to spend that money to do it because I'm always thinking about the kids. So the kids are gone now, and still I'm thinking about them. But I looked at the calendar and I decided I can work this out. The ticket round trip was only $125 on Southwest. I got a sister I could stay with in Atlanta. And then I called up the sister who was giving the event, and she gave me a discount on the event, and then also said, bring those wraps. Maybe you can wrap a few people. Well, do you know, I wasn't a vendor for the event. I had my wraps in a suitcase. I was all inspired. I raffled off a couple, I gave wraps away. And these were, it wasn't a believers event. But I ended up selling probably about 25, 30 wraps at an event I wasn't even a vendor at. So I'm like, okay, these are my people. Right. So I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. Atia and my daughter is my business partner. We wrote a book called Rock the Rap 101, The History of Head Rapping and the Art of Head Rapping. This book is a dream come true for me. But in writing the book, I said to myself, why would I just edify myself when I could edify my daughter as well? And I was struggling, because you need some young brains around you. So I called her up. I'm like, Atia, you're going to write this book with me. She's like, no. I was like, yes. I said, how incredible would it be for you to be an author at the age of 19? Like, it took me all these years to even, and I'm like, plus I need you. I need your young brain, which brings me to saying this. We do not have to try to figure out anything or everything on our own. There's already people doing what we want to do, especially these young people, and they're becoming millionaires overnight. So all we have to do is listen to them, shut your mouth. Oh, baby, okay, that, and then that, and then that. Listen to the young people, because all the biggest movements in the world were started by young people. Yes, we have to follow the young people. They know really what's going on. So we wrote the book together, and I'm going to ask her to come up, even though I know she doesn't want to do this. And I just want her to read a small excerpt from her chapter in the book, what rapping means to Atia. Atia, please come up now. Thank you. Andale, andale, mama.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay. So, when I started middle school, I started to change. As we all know, puberty was just around the corner, so hormonal changes were in the works as well. At this age is when I really started to shy away from being my own person. All I wanted to do was fit in with everyone else. At the time, I couldn't see the change in myself, but when I look back, I understand everyone goes through stages in life that mold who they are in the future, and this is one stage I will never forget. Although my mother tried to preserve what I was working so hard to push away, I still deviated so far from my path. I never would wrap my head because I didn't want to be talked about or looked at as an outsider. Now it amazes me that head wrapping was something that connected me and my mom so much that I was easy to give it up. But I guess that's just a part of growing up.
Thank you, Atia. When I first read her chapter, OMG, I just thanked Allah. I'm like, wow, this girl is amazing, and she gets it now. You know, because you wonder if your children get what you're teaching them and things like that, how they act in public. And it was just really refreshing. I mean, it actually made me cry. The chapter is incredible. Yeah. So now to a poem. I'm going to end with a poem, but after I end, I will be calling my son up, Amir. He's going to play a little something on his tuba. I called him a world-class musician, but I've been told I can't really say that anymore because he's very humble, and he doesn't like me saying that, like, are you bragging? I'm like, no, I'm just celebrating you. That's just it. So I'm stronger because I had to be. I'm smarter because of my mistakes. I am happier because of the sadness I've known. And now I'm wiser because I've learned. I never apologize for being me. I am as the Creator made me. Since He is satisfied, so am I. So I ask you to take me as I am, because I will take you as you are. Watch me grow, and I will watch you grow. Thank you so much, everyone.